Do you own the latest gadgets, the on-trend trainers, or maybe buying stylish watches and jewelry is your thing? Do you keep your money in low interest but safe savings accounts? Do you think it's important that others can see just by looking that you're doing well in life? But do you also avoid looking too hard at your spending? And is there a growing sense of foreboding about the amount you are loading onto your credit card? And do you worry that financially you should be better off by now? Well, if any of this sounds like you, it's because you are running patterns of behavior that were set in place thousands of years ago. The fact is, these ancient biases are stopping you from building wealth. They are quietly, unconsciously, insidiously working hard to keep you poor. But with a bit of insight and understanding, you can develop strategies to work around these unconscious behavior patterns, and so learn to make better choices that are more aligned to your values and goals. Let's dive in. Number 1, do you want good stuff now or better stuff later? Throughout human evolution, our ancestors faced environments where resources were scarce and unpredictable. It's no wonder then that going after immediate gratification would be their best move, as opportunity might quickly vanish as competitors swooped in and took the prize. Fast forward to today, and this impulse to grab what you can now to get instant gratification shows up in impulse buying, not being able to resist temptation, gambling, and spending on credit. The answer to this is to take a step back and allow your conscious brain to shape your responses. We know that we live in a world of abundance. We can wait until tomorrow to buy that tempting item. We might even find out that the initial impulse to get that shiny new thing fades with a bit of time to nothing. But if not, we also know that sales will return, discounts will materialize, and things will drop in price over time. And we can learn to take time to save up the money instead of using expensive credit. If you do this, you might even find that you don't need half as much as you think you do. Number 2, do you prefer to keep what you have over getting something better in the future? Humans are hardwired to prioritize avoiding losses over making potential gains. This is why many of us are scared to invest in the stock market. The potential threat of losses overrides our long-term goals of increasing our wealth, and so we stick to safe but low-yield savings accounts and ISAs. In our ancestral past, this made sense, as avoiding risk helped protect us from the potential threats and increased our chances of survival. After all, prehistoric ancestors fought hard for every little thing they had. Losing anything would likely have a direct impact on their survival. But in today's complex financial landscape, this inherent bias can keep you stuck in safe, boring, and low-yield savings accounts. Recognizing this, you might instead learn to adopt a more balanced approach to risk, allowing you to make better and more informed financial decisions. To play this game properly, though, it's important to understand what you can afford to lose. So spend some time thinking about your appetite for risk, and if you take a few risks now, you can see a much larger, more exciting return on your investment. Number 3, do you compare yourself to others? Well, of course you do. We all do. Whether it's looking at people's social media posts, competing for work promotions, or simply noticing that next door neighbor has a brand new shiny and flashy car. And it's no wonder. Throughout evolutionary history, social hierarchies played a crucial role in developing human interactions. Those who were seen as having higher status often enjoyed access to better resources, could freely choose their mating partners, and had improved chances of survival. Today, the pursuit of social status can manifest itself in conspicuous consumption, where individuals use their financial means to display wealth and elevate their social standing. However, this drive for social status can lead to excessive spending and an inability to save or invest wisely. So before you splash out on new designer shoes or upgrade your car, think if at least part of your choices are being influenced by what you think others will think about when they see what you bought. You might find you can make a huge saving once you move away from trying to impress others. Number 4, do you worry more about tomorrow than next year? Our caveman and woman ancestors had to prioritize immediate needs for survival, such as finding food and shelter. Long-term planning was not critical. I mean, come on. They had enough to worry about avoiding being eaten. There was little time to plan ahead. In today's world, managing your money requires setting and sticking to long-term goals for things like retirement saving or investing. You shouldn't only be focused on the next promotion or where you'll be next year. You should, at the very least, be equally focused on the next 10 or 20 years and formulating in your head what your life will look like at that time and what financial assets you will need to be living that life. Number 5, do you enjoy being wrong? Of course not. Me neither. But evolutionary psychology shows that our cognitive biases, which were adaptive in ancestral times, can work together to keep us on the same path, even when that path is wrong and suboptimal. There are three important biases in this area that are loss aversion, confirmation bias, and the availability heuristic. For example, loss aversion, which is the focus on keeping what you have rather than going for something better, can make you settle for low interest but safe savings accounts, overtaking more risk and potentially earning more by investing. Confirmation bias, which is the tendency to look for information to support the positions we take, will work to confirm your decision not to invest by looking for news and stories of people who've lost money on the stock market. And the availability heuristic, which is the over-reliance on recent information, can overemphasize current data on stock market performance, especially if it's bad, instead of taking a more longer-term, balanced view. So breaking free from these innate biases is hard, but not impossible. Once you know that they're there, they lose their potency, and you can learn to navigate around them. So take a moment and consider what internal evolutionary forces are at play when you next have to think about money. Don't fall prey to any of these hardwired behaviors and tendencies, but instead consciously think and plan your response in alignment with your true values and your goals. And if you want some quick wins when it comes to saving, you have to watch this video here, or maybe here, where I saved £3,000 in 1 year simply by changing my spending on 5 everyday items. Anyway, good luck, and let me know your thoughts on this topic in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.